What's up, you freaking geniuses? So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to verify if two functions are inverses of one another, okay? So here we have f of x is equal to 3x minus 1, and here is g of x is equal to x plus 1 over 3, right? Now, the way that you figure out if these are inverses of one another is by solving for f of g of x and the reverse, g of f of x, okay? Both of these need to be equal to x. Okay, so basically you just start with one function and you plug in the other one into that function. Okay, so here, instead of f of x, right, we're going to have f of g of x. Okay, so up here, wherever there's an x, we just plugged in an x. Down here, wherever there's an x, we're going to replace it with g of x. Okay, so f of g of x is equal to 3 times x. And remember, wherever we have an x, all we do is just plug in the other function. And what's g of x? G of x is this whole thing right here, right? X plus 1 over 3. X plus 1 over 3. And then the rest of the function is just a minus 1, okay? Now, let's simplify this and see if it's equal to x. Okay, so first of all, on top and on the bottom we have a 3, so those cancel out. So then on top, we're just left with an x plus 1, and then this minus 1 still, right? So x plus 1 minus 1 is simply equal to x, okay? So far, so good. Now we just need to check this one, and we're going to plug in f of x into this one and see if it's also equal to x, okay? So here we're going to have g of f of x. So this is going to be equal to x, so we're going to plug in our function 3x minus 1, and then we have plus 1 over 3, okay? So here, minus 1 plus 1, that goes away, so on top we're just left with 3x, and that's over 3. So those cancel out on the top and the bottom, so this is just equal to x, okay? We got that they're both equal to x, right? So these two functions, f of x and g of x, are definitely inverses of each other. All right, here's another one. So f of x is equal to 2x minus 9, and g of x is equal to x over 2 plus 9. So we want to see if these are inverses of one another, okay? So let's start with f of g of x, okay? So f of g of x. So this is going to be equal to, let's see, 2 times x, and remember, wherever we have an x, all we do is just plug in the other function. So we're going to plug in x over 2 plus 9. And then we have this minus 9. Okay, now we can distribute this 2 inside of the parentheses. Okay, so 2 times x over 2, well, the 2 on the top and the bottom just cancel out, so we're just left with x over here. And then 2 times 9 is positive 18, right? So we have plus 18, and this minus 9. All right, so then here we're simply left with x plus 9. All right, so this is not equal to just x, right? This is equal to x plus 9. So that means that these two functions up here, f of x and g of x, in this case are not inverse functions of one another. So if you found the video helpful, definitely leave a thumbs up down below. And if you have any other questions or want to see any other examples, just let me know in the comment section below.